During the pandemic, many changes were made to maintain church attendance.
Universe Live reporter Britney Sam talked to church members about their experience with at-home and virtual church.
The COVID-19 quarantine stopped and changed all of our daily schedules to make them look a lot like this.
But with COVID vaccines, officials have announced newly reduced restrictions. For members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that means changing where they administer their sacraments from inside their own homes back to inside the chapel.
It was great that we had that counsel and experience to have church in the home.
When COVID-19 began to spread, many businesses and events began to shut down, including church meetings. As a result, wards began to use the app Zoom and sent out church meeting links throughout their stakes to continue sacrament from the comfort of members' own living rooms.
We have a technology specialist, so that's been a new calling, something that's been needed.
Near the beginning of this transition into church over Zoom, the bishopric and church members encountered lots of technical difficulties.
And then there were also days when our specialist was gone. One time we had to have an audio only because we couldn't quite get it figured out before sacrament.
Aside from the technical problems, church leaders still encountered some major differences in how church over Zoom is conducted versus in person.
We have sacrament at the end of church, so we have a closing prayer, but we're not done. And I think another difference is we've actually stopped streaming Relief Society and Sunday school, so people who are at home still don't get a second hour of church.
In addition to that, bishopric members also became more involved than ever before with passing the sacrament.
We were preparing the sacrament, myself and the other bishopric counselor, until we got the boys more involved. So that was interesting.
Even with all the technical problems that arose, church members still found some positives to attending church at home over Zoom. After COVID-19 began to spread, many LDS missionaries were asked to return home, and with quarantine, many families were not able to attend homecomings in person.
By offering Zoom, we've had family members in other states that are just so grateful that they could be there when the missionary comes home and talks. In fact, I had a comment from a mother of a missionary that said, it was just like being there. The picture was so clear, I could hear so well.
Many families near and far watched using the Zoom links to become part of their missionaries' homecoming celebration. In addition to homecoming, Zoom links also provided a way for families to be involved in other major events such as baby blessings.
Now, while some members may have found church over Zoom very beneficial, some have found it very, very difficult.
Logistically, maybe it's a little easier, but it's harder with regards to feeling like you're part of the ward.
The transition from church over Zoom to in-person is hard for many who still have health issues and can't attend in person. But they have also found the good in having church at home.
I have adult children who haven't attended church services in years, and because we were doing a little sacrament on our own at our own home, they were willing and able to join us for a little lesson and to partake of the sacrament.
Church leaders set in place many new health protocols to help keep ward members who want to come back to in person feel more safe. They have set in place social distancing throughout the chapel, encourage members to wear masks, and put hand sanitizers throughout the building.
Help everyone feel the Spirit in any way we can share the gospel or be part of. They try to do it.
Bishops and church leaders would still like to invite all of those interested in attending sacrament to attend via Zoom or in person. Reporting for Universe Live, I'm Britney Sam.
Thanks, Brittany.